All right, so let's take a look at the comp. So this was a team league game?
Yeah,
Okay,
actually, yeah.
great. So, and I didn't even see, was that, you're in a full 5-man, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's see the draft. You guys have Arthas, Raynor, Blaze, Maiev, and Stukov. This is on Volskaya. And their team is KT, Diablo, Morales, Nazeeba, Diva. Okay. So right off the bat, what would you say is your team's biggest strength as far as drafting and biggest weakness?
Mm, I'm actually not sure. Maybe we lack a little burst damage.
Okay.
Um, we have enough wave clear, I
Mm-hmm.
think, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I don't know how well Stukov is. Um, I think he's mostly fine, at least on this comp.
Mm-hmm. So
I know there are some better healers in the meta, but I don't think he's a bad pick
yeah, no,
in
that's
this
fine.
map.
That's fine. He's actually quite a good healer into Diva. Actually, he can cancel her Q mid Q and prevent her from using
Mm.
bomb. So a well timed E from Stukov can really mess over a Diva. If you drop it behind her, for example, she tries to Q backwards. She can't escape. Anyway, so I think that the overall thing that I see from this draft is that you guys have a very strong early and mid game team fight. Um,
Like,
so it's very important with this composition that you guys contest the early objectives and make sure to win them. Because their composition is not really built for the early game. Their composition, I mean, they have an Azebo, um, a Diva. It's just kind of an awkward composition. Morales. So the main issue here with their Morales pick is that there's nothing to prevent you guys from basically walking at them, especially with an
yeah.
Arthas. Diablo alone is in the front line is not that scary. Diva is not a threatening thing either, so unless she has her bomb, of course. So overall, I think that early mid game you guys should be able to dictate the pace of the fight in the game, and your goal is to snowball it pretty hard so that by the time it gets to like level 16 to 18, you're trying to end the game. No later than when you guys hit 20. By the time the game hits 20, for you guys, the game should be wrapping up. Because if this goes to a level 20 versus level 20, then it starts to get a little bit sketchier. Team fighting wise, you
Mm.
have strong heroes for team fight. Arthas is really strong team fight, especially against a Diablo composition. Rainer's also a strong team fight hero. Blaze, fantastic team fight hero with the bunker. Maiev also. Stukov is like moderately good team fight. I would say like not as good as most of the other picks, but still strong. Um, this is a very sustainy team comp, right? It's something that does high sustain damage and is good at sticking around in the fight because of the Blaze and because of the Arthas. A lot of their damage gets slowed down, essentially. Just fantastic with a Stukov healer. Um, anyway, other than that, yeah, I think you guys have good wave clear. I think early game picks could be pretty useful here. Your main targets, of course, being Zebo, Morales, and KT, but you guys can absolutely kill Diva with this composition as well. Because if you can break her out of the mech, she should be just be dead if Arthas is nearby. Okay, so we're gonna go to your perspective. There we go. Turn lock screen off.
Now that I remember, this game was actually pretty one-sided
I would expect it
on our
based on the
favor.
draft. Based on the draft, I would expect that, but that's okay.
The next one, though, I think that maybe I can learn more
Okay.
because we're pretty ahead in, and then we end up losing
Really?
because we didn't know
Okay.
how to close it.
Okay. I'll try and go forward with this one relatively quickly. I won't stop too much, and we'll probably still have time for a second.
Sounds good.
So, interesting decision to have Arthas go bottom at the start. I'm not sure exactly what the idea here is. Arthas alone won't be able to catch anybody bot lane. I don't think Arthas should be your solo laner, and this is generally speaking the solo lane. So I would definitely say contesting here early game as 5 is very important. You do have the Maiev, so a Maiev tether on any target that's a value target, right? Any of these three,
Mm-hmm.
Zebo, Morales, or KT, should be a guaranteed kill as long as Arthas is nearby. Because you're pulling them into the slows, essentially, and then it just takes them too long to get away.
That's true. We didn't realize that, so that's a thing we need to work on.
Yeah, just in general, like the very first decision you should make of every game is, do I want to fight early game? And if the answer is yes, then always contest the middle as 5 very strongly. If they don't show up, that's fine. You just fast wave clear this and then immediately rotate out, and you guys should get a macro advantage based on your rotations. They can't possibly match it because they have to keep people here to catch this soak. So you're essentially at least one body up on rotations. So that's why people do this clashing in mid thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, having Arthas bottom, I'm not a fan of. This probably... Oh, that's a pretty good drag to save, maybe. Let's take a look. He still goes down, but you guys get a trade kill, maybe one more than one.
I didn't want to step too far because of the Aula.
Right. So that turned out better than it had any right to be honest with you. I think that if Arthas is there, you guys get like 3 kills, like legitimately throughout the game. So it turned out significantly better than it had any right to. Nonetheless, we are missing Soak. So this is the original 3 minions, and this is the new wave. So you actually missed three minions so far. And it looks like that's it. Okay, so three lost minions so far, but you guys were soaking in bottom lane, so that's a benefit for you guys. Is this guy your traditional solo laner for your group?
Yeah.
I see. So you guys picked Blaze as a main tank.
Kind of.
I would never do this.
Yeah.
It's almost never a good idea, especially against a Diablo comp. Blaze is a phenomenal... Like, he has tools in his kit that are similar to a main tank, but he's not as good as a main tank at doing those things typically. His stuns are less reliable. That's why they're typically used as a follow-up stun. And, precisely placing those stuns on a target that's already locked down can lead to those double, triple, quadruple stuns that are so impactful. And also, just it's going to mean he's going to take talents that are not so good. So, like, this talent is really not so good. Anyway, that's not.
Yeah, so when I talked about... So, during the draft, I did say that a Blaze will be good because I was looking for sustain. And Arthas could fill the role of the slow for Raynor, just for consistency on the ace in the hole.
Right.
But then what I didn't realize was that our solo laner guy ended up picking the Arthas, and our tank ended up picking...
I see.
Yeah, so like I said, it's some basic mistakes that they do that I need to... I'm not sure how to deal with.
So this is a great draft, but swapping the Blaze with the Arthas significantly weakens it. If you have Arthas Arthas is a decent solo laner into specific matchups, Blaze is a pretty all-around decent solo laner that'll almost never lose the lane too badly because he can always wave clear pretty well and stay healthy.
Right.
But having Arthas with your 4-man would significantly increase the playmaking of your composition. So in this setup, honestly, I think it'll be harder for you guys to land early game kills without the Arthas available. So right off the bat, I want to make sure you guys are taking the camp as soon as it's available. The reasoning behind that is taking the camp first. If the enemy team doesn't do theirs immediately, you can instantly rotate and try and collapse on theirs, and you have your turret already. So you will almost always win the fight because you have an objective, essentially, advantage. And it's worth using it here because it means that you're going to win this one, which means that you get 1 and they get none. which is better than 1-on-1, and it's and it's not worth risking losing both. So definitely think that that's the best idea. So you want to have 2 people doing this. Typically, you want to have your healer and probably you, the Maiev. That leaves the Blaze to soak the mid lane, Raynor to soak the top lane. Should be reversed, I guess, and then focus in the bot lane. Because otherwise, you're just kind of waiting around doing nothing. So it's better to be taking the camp. So Stukov starts it, but he can't really do it alone. He needs help. Blaze is not the person to do it. So the problem here is that you're using resources ineffectively. Blaze is very bad at taking camps. He's very slow at it. He can take the damage, but he does very low damage. So you want to have a high damage dealer along with something that can tank it or heal it. That's the idea. So I'd rather see you 2 be the ones doing this because it'll get done super fast while these 2 soak. But in any case, they have 3 man, 1 man. Okay, so it looks like D.Va was trying to double lane soak. This means that they are going to be late on this. So you guys could absolutely invade. You'd have to start rotating immediately, but it's very doable. I don't think you guys are going to, but I think that would be definitely the right play.
I agree. Yeah, that's something I never put my thought on.
This map is all about camp control. Okay, so each camp, not only does it provide the item, which is really good for team fighting and controlling the objective, right? Dropping a turret here is like super valuable during a team fight. It almost always leads to you winning if you have an a camp control, and they don't. But it also gives a ton of experience, especially these turret camps. The turret camps give like a quarter level of experience, legitimately. Like you guys have 1 kill to 1 kill, and you have a full quarter level at least advantage, right? Part of that's from soak, but part of it's also from just getting this turret camp. If you guys invade this camp as well, you guys have like a full level lead almost over them.
Most appreciated.
So, oh, okay. I thought you might be going to check and see if they're doing the camp. Yeah, now you are.
I was trying to control the rotation there.
Yeah, maybe
I don't
try and
feel
catch him out.
comfortable. I don't feel comfortable enough with my team to invade the camp. That's a.
I think
thing.
you should. You should with this draft. Like, just purely with this draft, there's nothing to fear. Here's the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that D.Va has her bomb and is able to place it perfectly. Like, let's say like somewhere here that cuts off the entirety of the escape, and then you guys are trapped in this little area here, and then you end up losing a fight. That's the worst possible case scenario. But even if that happens, you're forcing D.Va to use her bomb not on the objective, and that's actually pretty good for you guys. Obviously, you don't want to lose all your heroes, but you guys will be back very quickly and in time to contest this, and they will basically be down a hero. D.Va is like not a hero if she doesn't have her bomb on objective. So even in the worst possible case scenario, and you lose this fight, which is impossible with this draft, and with the item advantage, it's really worth going for those. So you have everything. You could try and force the bomb here if you want. If you want to drop an E here, tether, and try and even if you get a silence, it might even be able to get before the bomb. But your main goal is to get them to use the bomb. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They got vision of you here. Oh. Oh boy.
Yeah. That was a misclick.
Okay. All right. So Stukov kind of covers for you with the silence is really good. That should have been cleaner significantly. The moment that you see, Morales, you just want to E on top of her and get that tether. So right here, tether right, or your E to right here, because this guy has to run backwards either this way or that way. So you want to in this direction, right? And then you should guaranteed get the tether. So you had a decent aim, but the problem is that if you see he's running upwards, then you got to aim it ahead, right? Because the travel time. And of course, as soon as you saw Diablo, you started to freak out. But
yeah,
silence is fantastic. Tether's not great. This is not the target you want to tether right now, just because he's got a full bomb. But if he uses it, that's actually good for you guys. That's fine. So you just guys have to leave. Blaze actually can't follow you guys. He has to go upwards. Uh-oh. 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 As I said. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, boy. He got saved. Okay. This was really risky. A good team should have punished him a lot harder for it. Going upwards would have been 100% safe. So the objective is up. You guys have a small advantage in terms of XP, and you still have the fort camp advantage. So this is still good. All right, so this is exactly what you guys are looking for. Diablo's hard engaged already with his Q, so he has no way of escaping or hard engaging on anything else. He's already in the slows of both Arthas and Blaze, so there's no way for them to leave this scenario. Now, your team can basically funnel damage into this guy, except for you. Your job is not to hit this guy. Your job is to make sure that if this guy gets too close, that you punish him for it, and then you team hard swaps to him. So if you hard commit on this guy, Kael'thas is going to get massive value on your team. They're going to get a huge flame strike, living bombs are going to start spreading, and it could turn ugly. So you want to be making sure to use your E approximately to this location right here, preventing him from escaping, and pulling and getting a tether on him and pulling him into the team so you guys can blow him up instead. Okay, so you went around. That gave him time to back up. Definitely not ideal. Okay, that's a good tether. That's pretty good. So that was a kill on to the Diablo, yeah. So right off the bat, as soon as that happens, invade this camp. Do you see? Like, they can't possibly contest it. They have no Diva Bomb. They have no Diablo. There's no chance that they can win this right now. You've already used your one fort, or your one turret, and they will be able to get back in time to contest if they want to. They might not contest again, but they have time to. So getting this camp right here guarantees that you have a strong chance of getting this still after they come back and if they contest again. Bomb. If you're not going to do that, then you have to be catching soak. So this should be Blaze in the bottom lane. Blaze can easily get back via the treadmill. At all times, somebody should be soaking mid, top. Best case scenario, I think you probably have you be the one who's on your mount, sitting right here, not fast clearing, just standing passively by, not showing on the mini map. You don't want them to know that you're not here. You see?
Oh.
So standing here, just in the bush, passively collecting soak on your mount, so that the moment that if they show up here, then you can immediately rotate back down and re-engage in a 4v5. That make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So this is a potential pick off. You don't have your Rainer with you because this is not the right hero to have down here. If this is a Blaze down here, this guy's already dead. See what I'm saying? See what happens. So it's a nice tether. So he doesn't actually get fully pulled back. In this situation, you probably could have taken the full range of motion backwards. If you kept on running down, he might get further. Like if he continues to run into the tether to prevent the pull, then he might just die because of that, because you still have the slows from Arthas, right? So in this situation, I don't think it was good for you to turn around and start doing damage. So yeah, I think that could have still been a kill.
It's just at that moment that my team said that they didn't want to, because Rainer wasn't there.
Yes.
And I figured I could just queue them. But then again, they didn't have Diablo, so I felt like
you already had a 3-man tether on their squishies. I mean, at that point, there's no reason not to go for it.
Yeah, that's That's why I did it anyway.
They didn't have Diablo back yet. He just got back right now. So I think there was nothing wrong with this here. I mean, it would have been better if Raynor was there because then you have more damage. But you absolutely have enough damage to kill with Arthas slows. Okay. So they are contesting it again. They're contesting it a little bit too early. It's 84%. They could wait till 99 if they wanted to. They could get level 7 probably, but that's their own mistake. They do have another Diva Bomb. This is actually kind of a problem. It's not good to feed the Diva Bomb. Hitting the Diva is really bad around the time of the objective if they don't have it yet. So this bomb is actually going to force you guys off the point, guaranteed. It's a well-placed bomb. Alright. So now you guys have to step back onto the point and win it this time. And then it's guaranteed. You guys don't have to step up right now. You guys could easily do your camp, play it safe, play it slow, and then push back in with the objective with the camp control. Let's see what you guys do.
Yeah, I think I did make that call. To just tap and do the camp.
Okay.
Greatness starts it first.
Yeah. But he's alone, so he has to use his E, and he's going to start to get chunked.
Yeah.
That's not good. You never want to have only one person unless it's a person that's really good at solo camping. So now, like, Raynor can't fight right now. There's no chance. Unless you
I think
tap.
he has a tap.
Okay, alright, that's fine. Okay, you guys are a little bit split here, so this is very awkward, but you have some time. These should be cleared before you go in, just because it's going to be kind of annoying. Okay. So you press in. You already used your E. You still have Umbral. Okay, you have Umbral. You got to jump. Good. I'm pretty sure you avoided the living bomb damage, but I could be wrong. Oh, actually you didn't. You spread it to 3 people. I understand why you used your trait when you did, but I just want to see if it could have been held a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think I tried to do dodge the flame strike and I didn't.
Right.
Yeah, I
okay,
didn't.
So you end up taking all the damage and then spreading the bomb into 3 people right here.
Yeah.
See. Nonetheless, massive value from the slows. And you're getting a lot of your Q resets because of that. It's really good. And that should guarantee you this objective. So now that the objective is guaranteed. Okay. This is dropped. I forget it. I guess you dropped it right away, yeah. Good. I'm glad you got in it. That's fine. It should ideally be you and Stukov, honestly. Good.
Why is the healer supposed to go in there? I never understood that so well.
The early game protector, anything that's inside of it especially, is safe, right? The squishiest heroes on your team should generally be the ones that get in. So you were really low, which is why I think it was good for you to be in. If you weren't low, if you were full health, then it should be Raynor and Stukov, generally.
Okay.
Because these are the 2 targets that are the most vulnerable to their composition, which means that it's very hard for them to get a kill during this phase. Okay?
Okay.
Like, having Arthas inside is a bit of a waste. And more importantly, Stukov has nothing to do right now. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm just noticing that.
Heal the protector, like, so that's why you don't really need a healer during this phase. You have the mech has his shield or whatever. This one, the 16-second shield. So that should be enough to save. So this is a waste of the shield right here, just because you want to save the shield for if they hard engage into you. That's when you use it. It's a very powerful shield. Okay. Alright. So, taking the mid wall and then rotating up. This was the old strategy. This was the the meta from before when turrets gave a lot of experience and you could get like an early level 10. In this case, you guys are already ahead, so it probably will give you an early level 10 and going for the well and whatnot. But the newer meta is to go for the whole fort, generally speaking. I think it is better to get the top fort than the mid fort, but either one is still a good thing to go for. The main reason why top fort's better is because the second objective always spawns top, the first one always spawns mid, and the third one always spawns bottom. So getting this top fort down gives you a significant advantage on this shrine, because they can't, or not shrine, on this Volskaya thing, because of the fact that they can't tap. They can't back up to their towers. This is not a safe zone for them anymore. So that means that this is all open territory. This is all places where you can chase them infinitely, and you have an Arthas and a Blaze. So there's amazing potential if you guys get this down. Right now, they're very hard defending this lane, right? That just means that you have to be getting value elsewhere.
Right. Okay. So basically, I shouldn't waste we shouldn't waste protector health on the mid gate. Just go straight for the top fort.
Yes, essentially. Yeah, I think it's better now to do that than and like actually to get as much pushing value as you can on structure. Most of the time, the first protector should be able to get a full fort if played correctly.
Okay.
So, because the actual amount of value you guys got was 3 towers and a gate, which is pretty poor for the value that you could get. That being said, you do have the level 10, so there's no reason why you can't continue to push. I think you should be able to get the rest of this wall guaranteed, and then just posture and keep pressing this. You don't have a lot of long-range damage, like nothing that can outrange the fort, for example, and you don't have any summons, and you don't have a Nubarak, so there's nothing that you can do to just run at their fort. But that's okay, I think. So your main goal here then would be to make sure that they don't get any camps. After you take this fort wall, you can quickly do this and probably rotate in time to stop them from doing this. That's probably the best case scenario. Convection. Oh, never mind. I didn't realize you guys took Sendragosa. I would not have recommended that, but that's okay. So the Sendragosa does, you guys do have the early level 10, so it's not that bad. It allows you to run at the fort, as I said, which is very good. Unfortunately, this tower didn't get hit, so you will be tanking turret shots still. Nonetheless, you guys get... Oh boy, this guy's getting so many flame strike hits. Alright, so you get some really nice... oh, this is so close to pulling him back into this. That would pull him twice. So this was really good. This should be a second kill. Oh, just kidding. Diva with the save.
Yeah.
This you guys need to be focusing on though. Like this is still shut down for a little bit. At least get the turret. Okay, now it's over. So overall, that looked fancy and nice. I don't think you got as much value as you guys could have with this. You got a kill on 2 heroes, but you didn't get any structure damage besides the turret, and you burned a lot of ultimates. Meanwhile, they were soaking, so it could have been better, I think. Definitely want to make sure you grab their camp as well. Don't let them take that. Something I think a lot of people make a huge mistake on is as soon as they hit level 10, right, they burn all their ultimates, they try and win a fight, and that's good. But then they still think like, oh, we're on the same talent tier as soon as they get to level 10. But that's not the case. The moment that this team hits level 10, even though you're going to be level 11 or 12 by that time, they'll still have an advantage because they'll have every ultimate up. So it's very important that you avoid fights right as soon as the other team that was behind catches up.
That makes sense.
I think pushing mid here is not ideal. Like, you're getting the soak and you're getting a little bit of structure damage, but I think it would have been more valuable to try and get the pick off on this guy. Either that or to prevent them from capping this. It would be such a mistake not to invade this when you guys have the full level advantage and you still have some ultimates.
Yeah, no, I make the call right after they finish with the support camp.
Okay. You can't do both at the same time, though. You just gotta commit to this.
Yeah, no. That's what I mean. Like, this camp is more important than the other two, but yet Raynor doesn't leave, even though we know that
This
we're
one's
probably gonna
super
get
not
pulled up.
worth it. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys have to just commit to what the call is, essentially. This... I still think you guys should be in an okay spot here. You still have the bunker available. Blaze will be able to get here in time to drop it in a decent time. And you have one heal camp on Stukov. Is he going to drop the heal camp? Yeah, okay. He does. That's okay. I still think this works out decently. You have to jump this. Ooh. Did you have the jump? Yeah, you did. So you could have...
Yeah, Yeah, but it didn't do as much damage because I was far away from the center.
It's not about the damage. In this situation, it's about the camp. Take a look.
Oh, okay.
You give up the control of the camp by doing this. And there's no reason not to jump it, right? So they capture it, and then they take the turret. Right there.
Okay.
So if you'd stayed in the fight, used your vault to avoid the damage, and then grabbed the camp instead, this becomes even better. So they use it. Uh-oh. It's going to kill? No, okay. Alright. Alright, so that's good. Rainier gets here in time to finish cleaning up an extra kill or so. Like, you guys are spreading bombs like crazy. Okay. You do have to work on your timing for your jump, for living bombs.
I don't usually play Maiev.
Okay, gotcha. That's a random pyro. He should be alive. Is he alive? Yeah. Top does need to be cleared, and this can be taken at the same time. That's fine. This is fine. Okay. Now, in this situation, it would be ideal to have somebody in this bush here just to make sure that they don't try and go for an invade. They are showing, so it's okay. But the fact that you're up top means that they should have somebody in this bush, typically Arthas.
Mm.
This is risky. You should never use your E for wave clear if you're alone this far out with not knowing where the Diablo is. Because when you threw out the E, you didn't know where he was. He was still in shade. So right now, he's probably going to charge you. You have to jump it. He didn't jump it. So that's... This... They don't have a lot of things on their team that are that scary for you, most of all. So it's probably... You can still get out of this. But... Let's see. Yeah. You just run away. Nice tether. Do you trade this? Nice. That's pretty good. Nice oil. I don't think you guys get this kill though. He's too tanky. Excuse me. Alright. Bunker's committed to, but nobody gets inside of it.
Yeah, I think he just used it for...
There's minions.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, if you're gonna drop it to tank the shots, that's one thing. But you guys have a Banshee and you have minions, so that's kind of not necessary. If you're gonna drop the bunker, everyone should be using it. Everybody should be using it and just burning the fort with it. I think hard committing on this, guys, is just a big mistake. It's super unlikely you get that kill. Meanwhile, this fort is still very alive. Now you have to burn your camp and you lose a kill. This is just way too over-committing for a kill on a Diablo.
Mm.
Oh boy, this could be tragic. So far, for chasing that Diablo kill, it looks like at least a double kill, maybe even more. There's an Arthas. Pretty good body blocks. Yeah, Arthas should be dead. Ah. Cute, but it doesn't work.
Okay.
All right, so as you can see, 3 deaths for chasing all the way to here, right? When there's still a fort up, and bunker got 0 value. So those are the main issues there. Bunker is an extremely powerful ultimate that is made more powerful by how much your team is willing to use it, essentially. If everyone gets inside of it, it can get tremendous value. That's why it's been nerfed. Good tether. This guy's out of position right here. Oh, he didn't use the oil first. If he drops oil right here, this guy's dead. Once again, bunker. I don't know what value bunker gets here. Just want to see where that goes down. He tries to use it for body blocks, I guess?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's not great. So far, I feel like bunker use has been an issue. Okay, this is pretty bad for you guys right now. You have almost no ultimates left. You have only your ultimate, and the Stukov isn't like, it's like an ultimate, but it's not really an ultimate. They don't have much either, though, to be fair. So, ideally, you guys want to top off and try and re-engage. Definitely wait until this is over. For some reason, it's showing Protector. That's weird. Anyway. This is at a low percentage still, I think. That's like... Oh, maybe that's 71%. I could be wrong. I think it's lower than that. You guys got a great engage on the Nazebo. You should be dead. This could be a kill too. Jump. Definitely have your jump. Oh, this is sketchy. Okay. I would immediately take this teleport because if you stay here, he could knock you into this. Alright, good. Nice root. You can re-engage here. That's really good. Really good. That should be a 5-man kill. And there it is. All right. So now that you've gotten a 5-man kill, what do you do? What do you guys do?
I mean, we have one on the control point, and we clear the wave and get some structure damage. Then I go clear
Structure
the
damage?
middle.
They have 5 people dead. Take the whole fort. It's guaranteed.
100%. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I let them do that, and I go soak the middle wave.
I think if you're going to commit to killing this, I don't think you soak middle because, first of all, you'll get 16 pretty easily with this fort and this wave, guaranteed. I don't think you need the middle soak. By going middle right now, you're making it harder for them to take this. You see? Because this, you being here helps them take this fast, which means that it's significantly easier to take, especially if you have one person sitting on the point. I would say if you're going to have one person sitting on the point, it should probably be Arthas in this situation, so that you can have the healing from Stukov, but that's okay.
Fair enough. I figured it was they were gonna get it regardless without me.
They should get it, but it'll take longer and it'll use more resources, I think. Let's take a look. They go for the camp instead.
Actually, they don't get it.
I think this is just straight up a mistake.
I forgot.
Like this is always good to get, but with a 5-man team wipe and a fort that's free for the taking, I don't agree with this.
Yeah, you're right.
So you clear and you go for the bot. All right. Yeah, I just all around disagree. I think that this is obviously a higher priority camp to take if you're going to go for one of these, but I wouldn't go for either of them right now. This should be 100% guaranteed. This should be 100% guaranteed. After you take this, that's when you do this camp.
Okay.
So they are going to recontest. You guys have 16 now, and you're going to have most of your ultimates back up. So should be okay. You're a little bit far, and you're low. I don't know if you have tap. Do you have tap? No, you don't. So that's why I don't like this camp, especially as a solo. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I still think you guys can win this team fight with your 16 talents here. Make sure you lock it. Okay. He's got bunker. This would be a decent time to use it, actually. Yeah. Okay. This guy might die because of no bunker. Maybe not. Good. He uses his E in good time. He can't get to the bunker now. That feels really bad. You're getting a good amount of resets. Watch out, there's a bomb. Arthas. Oh. He still has his trait to use as well. Not trait. No, I'm sorry, I meant the biotic. And he places it for you two, but not for you. That's actually really bad. Oh no, you spread the bomb. Alright. Nonetheless, you guys do win the fight. It's not as clean as it should be, but it's still a win fight. You should be getting in it 100%. Okay. And this should get clear before you do anything else, but... Alright, so you go for the free fort. You probably go for the double fort, maybe even triple fort. I think that's probably the best play. So it used to be that, you know, if you already had this down, then you could try and go for the top keep. But I think in this current game state, I think the passive XP from triple fort is actually better because you're getting catapults in all lanes, even if it's only every third wave. I still think that's better because having a fort down in one lane, it's like one every 3, right? But having 3 lanes with one every 3 is like having a catapult every lane effectively, right? Does that make sense? And you're getting the bonus XP from passive XP. So that's really strong.
Okay, makes sense. Actually, remember I did tell them that maybe we should take the gate, but I'm glad they didn't listen.
Yeah, no, this is a better play.
I mean, it used to be that the gate of a keep was more worth than a fort, right? I think.
Right. Yes. Yeah, getting keep wall, it was, you know, it has a lot of XP behind it usually, or in the past, but now getting structure damage on bottom especially is really important because guess where the next objective is? Right here.
Right.
I think he's out. Your team's a little bit too spread out, I think, overall. I think you should only ever have one person in the middle and nobody in the top lane right now, and be together as a group in the bot lane. Once again, Stukov he might as well be dead with himself, right? So I feel like you guys are playing this very passively, especially just from seeing the first and second in Protector. You're kind of waiting for your abilities and just playing it super slow. There's very little reason for you to do that. Hard commit to this. Like, walk in, tank the shots. It's got a large health bar. It's okay to tank the shots. You're going to be doing more damage more quickly. Right now, you're giving them time to get to 16. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hard committing damage onto this guy's a huge mistake. You're giving him a free bomb. And getting very little structure damage at the same time. So they're 5-man defending. I don't like this at all because here's a situation where you have the talent tier lead. What's the point of a talent tier lead if you don't use it, right?
Right.
So the only time you want to be doing this sort of play where you're catching soak in every lane potentially while you still have the protector is to create the level lead. Once you have the level lead, then it's better to be pushing together as a group, getting structure damage. Structure damage not only gives you the passive XP and whatnot, it opens up the map and gives you more room to chase and catch people out who are trying to soak and things like that, which is super valuable for your team. And it gives, and them having vision of you soaking top means that they're going to hard engage on you in a 4 versus 5. You already used the shield in there.
Okay.
This guy should die. So, yeah, I feel like this is just really bad. Like, so far, Protector usage, I'm very unimpressed because this should have already been killed on its own, but you guys ended up taking the Protector to use it. This one had 1 HP, and this took maybe a fifth, at most a fourth of its health and damage when you guys have a talent tier lead. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You should be getting so much more based on the power of the Protectors. You're a little bit too low to go back in, yeah. You have your tap, but once again, this is because Blaze is soaking. Now they're on 16 talents here. So this is where this game starts to get a little bit wonky, honestly. This game shouldn't last 27 minutes. It should be at most 20 minutes from here. Another 4.5 minutes.
Hmm.
Oh, come on. You trait that every time. You had time. Just want to see what you could have avoided.
Most appreciated.
Alright, so the Flame Strike isn't going to hit you, but the Living Bomb, you spread it to 2 people. Okay. And in general, anytime that you're sitting in a stun, you should be just spamming your Vault of the Wardens button because you know that damage is going to be coming in as the stun ends and whatnot. So definitely something to keep in mind. You guys will get level 20 first. This is a little bit risky, especially if you're doing it at the same time. All right, so you're just in time for that. They do theirs at the same time, and then I guess you guys collapse in here. Okay, you guys get it pretty quickly. That's good. You do not want to fight at this point, so you guys basically just want to take your safe camp and play passive. Wait till you get to level 20. This is super risky. Okay. Ooh, that was a really nice bomb. Doesn't get much value, but it's a good idea. So you see them take this camp. I think you guys can look to hard engage right now because they don't have everybody with them, but neither do you, I guess. Never mind.
I was waiting for 22.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I remember telling them that as soon as we were 20, I was gonna look for to engage, which is about now. But they wanted to. Blaze is making time to cap the camp. Okay. So to time it with the objective,
yeah.
So that's why he ends up coming late.
Let's see.
Then I tell them no, we need to go.
Yeah, 100%.
That's when they
100%.
can. I should have used my ult there.
Yes, definitely ult, and potentially also drop your trait, or the item, but you don't need to. All right, so a really good Sindri Ghosta there.
Yeah.
Follow up. Use your trait or your item. I guess you don't need to. 4-man kill. This should guaranteed be a keep. Right now. Probably end of the game. Unfortunately, used bunker.
Yeah.
It's not great, but.
Yeah, we didn't do anything with it, I think.
Oh boy. With that, you take your camp that's already done. Like, oh my gosh. All right, you get the bot for it. I guess that's something. And you start the capture on the point, or do you push? Okay, Blaze caps now. You guys are pushing his 4. You get the bomb. He backs off. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know what
It
was
was like
going on with
running
that.
at you guys. That's weird. Anyway.
Take control of it.
Alright. So you got an okay amount of damage here. You got one tower down. Take the trampoline or whatever. Yeah, this splits you off from the rest of your team, which is not great. Oh boy, this is a little bit risky now. Okay, we're good. So we still have 20 advantage, but we don't have all of our ults yet. We don't want to fight until at least some of these are up. They might be doing their camp at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. That's smart. Okay, you guys do your camp. It's fine. They have to clear top. This camp is available. Looks like they're just going to push top and try and get 20.
Impress me, heroes.
That's their best play. So you push bottom. That's good. Senju goes to just
I don't
push.
know.
Okay.
I think that's early though.
It's a little
Right.
early, but that's okay. I understand it.
Oh, I think I
Bunker.
fit here.
Get in the
Yeah,
bunker.
that's why we didn't end.
Get in the bunker.
I
Nobody
wanted
gets
to
in
get
the
a pull.
bunker. Straight. Use your objective. Okay, you good. Oof. Yeah, okay. So you don't have your trade anymore, and you got a pyro running at you. No way you're living there. Except if you get inside. Okay, so somebody got out and you tried to get in, but it's too late. Okay. So yeah, this was a little wonky.
That was. I feel like that was mostly my bad.
I
tried
don't
to
know
get a
about
pull
that.
back.
I don't think you should take the whole blame here. Let's take a look.
I mean, if I didn't put myself in that spot, I had more opportunity to, do stuff.
Yeah.
I basically nullified anything I could have done by doing that.
So yeah, this positioning of your guy
So-
is not ideal. Obviously, you want it to be closer to here, but that's okay. Oh, you almost get the tether on that guy. And you get grenaded.
Yeah, that's the thing. Right there, I mean, when my shadow was there, when you stopped it and you said it wasn't ideal,
Uh-huh.
I saw that we had the protector and I think it was Blaze or Arthas
Yeah.
right behind the protector.
Mm-hmm.
I figure, okay, so there's no way they can see me following up.
Right.
But then they all hard switched to the guy that was on left, which I think was the Outlaw or something.
Right. Gotcha.
And then I end up there.
Mm-hmm. I think also, I mean, your front line is hard chasing a Diablo in the back line where there's a Gargantuan. So that's also a problem. You might have been able to get inside the protector right now. You see?
It's true.
That's
I
probably,
didn't realize
that's
that one
probably the only
had
way that you
left,
stay
to be
alive.
honest.
Oh boy, this is getting ugly. You should be able to leave here. I don't think you guys try and win the fight. I think you just try and walk away. Okay. Whoa. What? Why?
Yes.
Is he trying to throw it in the back door as a solo? He's just trying to get some value out of this? That's risky. That's really
Yeah,
risky.
I know.
Alright, so he gets a tower for it and risks losing the game potentially. Okay. Alright. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, alright. This is a really good engage by you. That otherwise was super risky to go for the diva there when she already had the bomb out. Did you get the reset? Oh, you didn't get it.
No.
Okay. You still have your trait. Trait this. Trait this bomb. No. Trait that. Alright, good. Got it. I think this fight is not ideal because you don't have Arthas, but alright, that's a good tether. Really good. Their most threatening heroes are still alive. That's the problem. These two heroes are the most threatening heroes right now. Yeah, you guys can get that kill. Trait? Oh, you have it. Okay, good. Oh, no, it's too early. He walks right here and then drops it. Keep going.
Mm.
This tanks the fort. This gives much better chase potential. And it gets out of the... you guys can all step forward. Oh, no. Raynor. Raynor, not like this. Oh, boy. Okay.
That's a good silence.
So this feels
I
like...
hit there.
This feels like you guys are basically trying to cover for each other's mistakes as opposed to just
Yeah.
being smart.
That's not good. Focus up.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, late game is very iffy. Once again, that's a lot of that is based on their composition. Like their game is or their comp is significantly better in the late game. So
Wow, Nasiwa didn't get his stacks.
He's still not stacked. He's still not stacked, but it doesn't matter.
Wow.
Like it matters, but their comp is still stronger in the late game with the Kel'Thas and Diva, Diablo, and Nazeebo, of course. I still think you guys have a stronger team fight, but it's a lot closer than it was.
This isn't over. I'm getting another.
All right, going for a bush gank. I like it. You have your trait. Yes, so good, super good. That should be the end of the game. Is it the end of the game? Almost. Biotic emitter's up here. That's a bomb. Okay. Okay. This should have been more, I feel like. This was only a double kill when I feel like it should have been at least a triple kill in the game. I guess you guys are gonna go for the objective.
It's time, heroes. Control.
I like your positioning here. Okay. Take it. Yes. Very nice. Yeah, you guys can definitely get this kill. Nice. Alright. So at this point, I would say just end the game. I don't even think it's worth going for the protector. Maybe you leave one person behind to grab the protector, probably Stukov, and the rest just run at the core right now.
I think that's what we end up doing.
Okay, but you leave Raynor. It's probably not ideal. Raynor's your primary damage on core.
Hmm.
Oh, a Medivac. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, right. We came back just because.
Oh my gosh. You know what I'd love to have seen? You guys just stay and end the game. You have 4 men here on the core. They used a Medivac to go mid with 2. This guy can stay alive against these 2. He can stay alive. So you guys just farm in this. I guess you guys go for the kill instead. Alright. Oh no! Okay. Oh boy. So this is just a lot of chasing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting 2 kills here is not worth not killing the core. You know what I mean? Especially if it's going to cost you somebody dying.
Protector online. Give me a
Alright, this is the end of the game now. This is it. Winion's got you the top. I don't know why you're trying to do damage to this. This is a waste of time.
XP.
Max XP.
I mean, it was game over, right? So
It's
might as
almost
well.
guaranteed game over. You do still have one person dead, and it's your Raynor. He's the maximum core damage hero, but you do have the protector. As long as you right-click the core with your protector, it is game over.
Mhm.
And don't give him a bomb. Okay. There we go. That's game. So, I do think that there's a lot. This is a team that you compete with, like, or do you compete on any team, or you just play team league, or?
So far, not competing.
Okay.
Just I was looking for a team in Heroes Lounge, and I ended up running into their ad per se.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to them, and now I'm playing regularly with them. But
Gotcha.
we don't really compete. We scream
Yeah.
with other teams,
Okay.
but I don't know why, because I haven't heard so far about competing for real.
Well, scrims are
So
always good.
I don't
It's
know.
good. It's better practice than playing team league. So,
Right, but even we can't even do team league very well. Like
I think that
this team was worse than us.
you guys drafted well, and I think you team fight pretty well. I think the main issue that you guys have is that you don't have a shot caller. You don't have somebody that understands where to be, when to be, how to be there. Because
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the mini map, if you look at the kill counter, it tells the story for you. But the game should not last. Like with this much of a kill lead and this much structure advantage, and having won every single protector, there's no reason for this game to go 27 minutes. You see, this game can be ended
Yes.
in, if you play it perfectly, 15 minutes. 15-minute game, 100%. And that just comes down to knowing where to send who and when, distributing the resources correctly. So honestly, that's by far the biggest thing that you guys need to work on, and that's not that big of a deal because it's all stuff that can be learned. It's just, you just have to be consciously thinking about it during each match, like where should I be? Where should I be? And of course, yeah, the Blaze Arthas swap was a little wonky, but other than that, I think you guys team fought quite well. I think that in particular, I feel like your Warden's cages were generally really good. You got a lot of really impactful chain pulls. I think you just need to work on your trait timing. That's really the primary thing for Maiev specifically. Other than that, I feel like you play the hero quite well. And that's about it. Do you have any questions?
Not particularly. I mean, the thing I end up questioning
Yeah.
myself the most in game is what you said. What should we be doing right now?
Yes.
And I usually I'm not sure myself enough to should call.
Yeah. So that comes a lot with practice, like knowing what you can get away with. Because the best thing you could possibly do is, something that's aggressive but not risky. It's all about measuring risk versus reward. And a lot of it comes down to knowing like what you can get away with. So if you have a triple kill and they only have 2 people left, most of the time you can get away with pushing down structures, just literally pushing the structures. If there's more than 3 people dead, you can absolutely push down structures. If there's only 2 people dead, you probably can't necessarily push down structures and run at them. You might just want to go for camp invades, aggressive camp invades. If there's 1 person dead, you can probably still go for camp invades, but your primary goal for a camp invade is just to try and get more pickoffs potentially. It's just, if this, then that. That's generally how it works. And you get to learn more of that as you see the situations more. And it does depend a bit on the composition, because if they have, let's say, Kael'thas and Nazebo still alive, it's a little different than if they had Diva and Morales alive, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like when you see a pro game, I guess you don't see them anymore because HGC's dead, but when you see a pro game from the past, you'll notice that the kill counters are significantly lower because they don't need to get this many kills in order to end the game. Most of the games that end will have less than 10 kills on the winning team, right? Because getting a single kill is enough for them to take the objective or the camp or a fort. And so if every kill leads to a structure advantage in some way, then you don't need that many kills to make it happen.
So then would you say that, for example, we get a kill mid-game?
Yeah.
Would you say it's more important to, for example, push a structure as 5 than to soak other waves?
The time where you soak is when you're on the same talent tier or if you're behind a talent tier and you want to catch up, right?
Okay.
Either that or you want to get to the next talent tier and that's what your goal is. But if you're on the same talent tier, or if you're already ahead of a talent tier, then getting structure damage is more important. Right?
Okay.
So let's say that it's level 15 to level 14, and the protector isn't up yet. There's nothing to fight over. In that situation, you definitely want to be soaking at the same time as you push. If you get a kill, right, you want to have 3 people pushing and 1 person catching soak in either lane, because you want to get to level 16 so that when this protector does come up and they res, you can all contest it at the same time, 16 to 14. It doesn't really matter if the 4th dies. What matters is that you get some value on it, but most importantly, you're level 16. That's really the idea behind it. Pushing as 5 is better if you're already level 16 and they're level 14, because you're not aiming to get level 20 in the near future. It's more valuable to have a fort down than it is to be level 17 to level 15, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's very good.
Okay.
That's a good
I think
insight.
that covers it.
Cool. Thank you.